Victoria, thanks for appearing on the show and sharing your practice and telling us more about your practice and your firm.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. Can you tell us more about your practice and your firm?
Absolutely, yes. Meehan Boyle is special in litigation, but also in plaintiffs' litigation because we represent individual plaintiffs, which is an incredibly meaningful and rewarding thing to do, and we represent them, with their claims against big business and big insurance. It's sort of a niche in the field. Things have sort of gone the way of mass tort and class action, and we have maintained our space as representing individuals.
What's interesting is because I'm familiar with the personal injury end and everything, you're a much more sophisticated type of plaintiff's litigation, and that stands you out amongst a lot of personal injury or a lot of plaintiffs' firms.
Yes, it does. There's absolutely a space, an auto accident, it can be a very, very serious thing, and I understand that, and we handle that. But on top of that, there are much more sophisticated claims against universities, against big companies, against pharma companies. We refer to those types of cases as impact litigation, and we have some wonderful litigators at the firm who are excellent at handling those types of large claims.
Excellent. When Jeffrey and I talk about the importance of civil litigation, you're talking a lot of times of a David against Goliath situation. Do you find that, especially when you're going against some of the big companies, that you feel like that sometimes?
Yes, we certainly do. Large companies, as they should be, and there's not an inherent issue with this, but for an individual person who's injured by a large company, they have teams of lawyers at their disposal. And who does the individual have at their disposal?
Right.
Who can they rely on to take these claims and to make sure that things get changed so that we're all safer? Because whatever happens to one person is happening to another person as well. And that's where I think we really derive the meaning from our work.
Right. Now, what's interesting is, like, a lot of people read about when cases ultimately go to court. But in your field, it's all about the process and a lot of negotiation to a settlement, because a lot of these items, especially when you work a lot with with insurance companies on the other side, for resolution. Is that correct?
That is correct. I think another sort of our process that can set Meehan Boyle apart, we prepare every single one of our cases from small to large as if we were taking this case to trial. It's very important. I think it changes negotiations. It changes the posture of a case towards settlement.
Absolutely.
But you're correct in that 95% of cases, and maybe even more, don't make it to trial. So when you do end up there in the courtroom, that is a very special circumstance. And the stakes are very high.
Right.
Most cases are defense verdicts. I think everybody knows those numbers.
Right.
You have maybe a 1 in 5 chance as a plaintiff in Massachusetts of winning your case. So all of that we need to take into account. We need to prepare our cases extraordinarily well to give our clients the best shot.
Right.
And then at some point you submit the heart of the controversy to a jury of our peers, and that, to say again, I think is a very special thing.